Hi everyone, this is Tuplex. Welcome back. Today is the inaugural episode on my new computer, which came in last night, and I got it set up for recording. Hopefully everything will turn out the way that I expect. This is my first full-length recording. I had to reinstall all the software, and I think I copied all my settings the way that they were before, but that remains to be seen. In any case, it's running very well. You might not be able to tell a difference because I'm running the same screen resolution and I'm getting 60 FPS as I usually do. But I did load up my Megabase just to test it, and I was running 60 FPS without too much trouble. Whereas on my last machine, it was fluctuating between 50 and 60 most of the time. So seems like the performance will be good, and what I'm really looking forward to is seeing how fast I can edit and encode my videos. I'm expecting that to be a lot faster because of the multiple cores. So we'll see how it goes. So far, so good. Since the last episode, I finished building the wall all the way around the perimeter, as you can see, and I added a row of grid squares on the top and a column on the right side of the base as well as the left side of the base. So we've got lots of space to build things for the foreseeable future without having to mess with the wall. It would be nice to get some artillery and some better weaponry, but we got to get more research done before we can do that. Over here, you may recall a while ago I set up this mining depot to try to get some of these rare metals started, but I couldn't do it because I didn't have chlorine gas. Well, I do have the ability to make chlorine gas, and I have had the ability for a while. I'm not sure exactly when I unlocked it, so I decided to set that up so I can get some of it started. So what I did is I put down 4 of these electrolysis plants, and these are doing water electrolysis. They take sand and water. So I have 2 crushers making sand, and then they go through the water pretty quick. So rather than use transport drones for the water, I decided to pipe it up from down here. All right, so I'm running the pipe up there, and I'm bringing the water over. And then I have the chlorine gas going into this large storage tank. The storage tank can hold 50K. And then the hydrogen is going into this tank. I don't really have a use for the hydrogen yet, so I have it set up to burn off the excess when I need more chlorine. But to avoid creating a lot of pollution by just burning off all the hydrogen that I make, I set up some check conditions here. So this pump is currently turned off. I'll build up hydrogen in the tank. That way I have some for when I'm ready to use it. And I set this up so that if the hydrogen tank level gets to 49,500 or greater, I'll get a green signal. And if my chlorine gas drops in this tank drops below 100, I'll get a green signal. And then the pump will turn on when both of those conditions are met. So in other words, once the hydrogen tank fills up, these will stop, and they'll continue to be stopped until all the chlorine in the tank gets depleted, and then it'll start to burn off the hydrogen so that this process can start again. So that, like I said, that way I'm just not burning off lots of hydrogen and creating pollution when I don't really need it. All right. So today we are going to do red circuits. The red circuits take copper cable, electronic components, and electronic circuits. So this should be a fairly simple build since we already have all those things available. So let's head over to the build area and get started. do that down here. Okay. I've also cleaned up, I think I've gotten all the turrets out of the interior of the base. You know, from when we started, I had lots of turrets spread around the base, and I think I've picked them all up now. There might still be one or two out there somewhere, but I think I've got them all. Okay. So let's see. Should I have the inputs on the top or on the bottom? Circuits up there. All right. I think the shortest path for the ingredients to come in would be if I place the ingredients at the top of the grid. So let's do that. I wish you could request more than one item with these. Okay, so we'll have the electronic components. We'll have the green circuits, and then we'll have copper plate. Oh, and there was an update to transport drones, and they don't look like little tanks anymore. Now they look like little trucks. Little lorries. Okay, so that'll get started. Now let's work out our ratios. So we've got a 4-second crafting time. That'll give us 2 advanced circuits. So we need 1 copper cable per second, 1 electronic circuit per second, and half an electronic component per second. Now the copper cables we make 2 every half second, 4 per second. So that means in 4 seconds we're going to make 16. So 1 copper cable machine can support 4 red circuit machines, if my math is correct. All right, so this is the middle. All right, so let's do something like this. Actually, and we're going to need 2 belts feeding each side. So what we'll do, kind of like we do in vanilla, I'll feed the copper plates to the outside of the belt. Or you know what, let's keep it simple. Let's feed the copper plates to the inside of the belt. And then that can feed the other side as well, which would be there, right? Ah, no, it's got to go on the other side of the belt and on this side. Okay, and then we'll do one belt of each of these like this. And this is very nice, but this is only going to give me a single column. That's okay. We'll work it out. Okay. All right, and since this is 4 seconds at a time, we can just use yellow inserters on these. And we'll alternate near belt and far belt. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this over. No, I think this will be good. We can do 3 columns. Okay. So I need to clean all this up. Alright, now let's figure out where the power poles go. I think that looks good. And then we can put lights like that. And I need more inserters. You know what, let's make sure this works before I start making too many copies of it. Okay. Looks good. All right, let me go back for inserters and belts and things. I don't know if you heard that tone right now. On the new system, I do get, every once in a while, I get these USB disconnect noises. And I haven't figured out what's causing them yet. I've disconnected everything. Like, I've disconnected all my USB devices except for my keyboard, my mouse, and my audio interface. But I still continue to hear it pretty regularly. So you might hear it too until I get it solved. That's why I bring it up. Okay, that should be good. Okay, no, this is good to come out. All right. So is this going to be enough red circuits? I don't know, but if I need more, then I can just copy paste the whole cell in another location. So it's not a big deal. Okay, so let's start feeding this stuff. All right, so here we want copper on the near side. And copper on the near side. Maybe I haven't left myself enough room here. Bless you. My wife's in here with me today. She says hello. Okay, so there's the copper. Yeah, it might get a little ugly here. There we go. That's a little ugly, but it works. Okay. Oh, I messed this one up. Copper needs to go on the other side of this belt. Okay. There we go. Okay, looks like we need more power. I checked because I could see the inserter was swinging a little slowly. Okay, so now we just have to feed all this into the supply depot. Alright, need to change one of my settings. Pick ghost item if no items are available. There we go. These two on the side only have half as many machines as the two belts in the middle, so that's why I'm merging those together like that. Okay, and now we're getting lots of red circuits. Speaking of red circuits, I did craft some modular armor because I was already able to make red circuits manually. So I made modular armor, and I just put in 1 generator and 3 shield generators for now. The portable generator I loaded with coke for power, and those give me 50 hit points each. Each of those 3 shields. See, there's the new graphics for the transport drones. I think it's an improvement. Okay, so red and green circuits, we can cross off the list. And we're working towards the blue tech cards. So now we've got glass, we got circuits, blank tech cards we can make on site, and we just need sulfuric acid. That takes iron plate, sulfur, and water, and the sulfur just needs water and petroleum. So we're already making petroleum. So it should be fairly quick to set this up. Okay, yeah, the petroleum's over here. Maybe I'll put it down here. I'll use this area for refining. Since I have a lot of water close by, I have my initial supply of oil close by. Eventually, I'm thinking right now that eventually I'll use this central area with the smaller grids. You know, initially we were talking about using it in case I need to belt things like I'm doing here. But I think in the long term, I'll probably use this. I'll probably bring rail through here so that when we have to do remote mining, we can bring the trains in here and then unload the trains next to the smelting areas. Had a little attack over there. No problem. Yeah, so the wall's performing quite well, I would say. I mean, there's very little damage being done to the wall itself or to anything inside it. Except down here. Yeah, we sustain a little bit of damage down here from time to time. I'm not sure why. I guess, well, perhaps because this lake is in the way. Probably a lot of biters are, rather than going straight north, they're kind of swinging around and all attacking in the same spot. So I think we may be, because of the map itself, we may be funneling biters into this area. We could always add more turrets over here just to beef up the defenses in that particular area. But aside from that, it looks pretty good. Okay, let me get turned around here. Okay, so we'll do refining down here. And since this one is partially filled with water, I'll use this for the acid and stuff, and then we'll use this for the for advanced refining later, just because there's more room. Oh, I need power. I don't want to forget about power. I should really take care of that first. All right, so here we can do we'll do sulfur, for example. I wonder if sulfur is used for other stuff besides acid. We might need it for explosives. And that's it. It's used for explosives, and it's used for acid. So what we can do is we can put a supply depot to set aside a little bit of sulfur that we can draw upon if we need it. And then we'll use the rest for sulfuric acid. But first, let's take care of power. Ooh, that doesn't look good. That looks like we're running... Why is my demand for power so high? Huh. Okay, well I guess when I turned on the red circuits, that turned on a lot of the other parts of the factory at the same time, so... Alright, so I'm just going to double up. I'm going to double up on the power here. I need stone. Let's go get some stone. Alright, 5, 10, 15, 20. And then we need 40 of these. Let's get iron plates and gears and pipes. It's probably a bit of overkill. Let's dump some of our junk over here. I'll just grab iron plates off of the belts. And then I can craft a bunch of these undergrounds. That helps get rid of a lot of the straight pipe sections. And then I need 2 more of those steam engines. 1, 2. Okay, and I'll need an offshore pump. And let's get more pipes. Okay. So it should be pretty quick and easy to double our power. Alright, just popped another achievement. That's awesome. Okie doke. So I'm just going to copy this, minus the radar. And not symmetrical, but yeah, I guess I'll just put it here. And I'm going to need some wood to make wood power poles. Oh no, I've got some. Okay. And now we just need some water. I've already got power. Disconnect that because I only want this connected to my wind power over here. We just have to wait for this crafting to finish so I can get my pump. I guess we can run the pipe in the meantime. Okay, there we go. Now we do have the ability to make these gas power stations, which I think would give us less pollution. One of these will give us 4.5 megawatts, which is equivalent to 6 steam engines. And 3 boilers make how much pollution? 4. Okay, the boilers make 45 per minute each. So times 3, that's 135 per minute. Whereas one gas power station makes 30 per minute. So if I could switch over to gas power, that is going to reduce our pollution by quite a lot. Burn petroleum and biomethanol. Burns petroleum and biomethanol. Does it need both, or one or the other? That's the question that I have. Let's make one and find out. Burn petroleum gas or biomethanol. Okay, so I could run these now. Well, that's good to know. All right, so let me start collecting some engines, because these take 20 engines each, 4.5 megawatts to replace what I've got now. 10 would be 45 plus 20. So 14 or 15 of them would give me enough to replace my steam power, but I would need a lot of petroleum. How much does it consume? 6 per second. Okay. Ugh, sorry. It consumes 6 per second. So I wonder how much petroleum I can make right now with what I've got right now. Whoops. Sorry, guys. I'm making 45 per 5 seconds. That's what, 8 per second? 9 per second? Yeah, 9 per second. So I would need 2 refineries for every 3. So I would need a lot of refineries. But I've got plenty of oil. Okay, so let's do this. Switch to gas power. And let's do that in advance of my advanced refinery. Now the other method, biomethanol, requires technology that I don't have yet. Takes wood, oxygen, and steam. Advanced chemistry. That's this one. Okay, so we'll get there. We could prioritize that. Let's go ahead and throw it in the queue. I mean, there's not a lot else that I'm dying to get right now. Although, there is a recipe for an air cleaner that removes pollution. And I do want to get that one. Oh, okay. Great. Those are all part of the same chain. Yeah, so let's prioritize that. Because I can set up some of those air filters around the perimeter of my base, and that should... well, I mean, I don't know how much pollution it's going to take care of, to be honest, but my hope is that it'll take enough pollution out that the biters won't get triggered anymore. Okay, well, let's get back to what we were supposed to be doing, which is sulfuric acid. All right, so I'll make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know, 6 chemical plants. I don't know how much I need. We're going to wing it. All right, now the acid takes 5 sulfur a second. And we can make 2 per second. So we need... So with 5 sulfur machines, we can run 2 acid machines. 5 sulfur to 2 acid. So let's make one more. Okay, so these are going to make sulfur. Oh, I used up all my pipes. All right. I need to leave space in between each one. Okay, let's do this the easy way. There we go. Is that the right spot? Almost. Okay. You know what? I'll put the lights where there's no power pole. Okay. So let's get a request depot for petroleum gas, and I'll give it 10 drones. Okay, and this is 2 every second, so 2 per second times 5 is 5 per second. No, 2 per second times 5 is 10 per second, which is more than half of a yellow belt, so we'll have to put some on both sides of the belt so that it doesn't overload. Okay, and then we can feed that into 2 chemical plants making acid. Actually, these can be right next to each other. to... No, not there. I'm going to siphon off a little bit of that sulfur. I'll put the output priority to the acid. And we'll take some of that out so we have a supply of sulfur in a depot. There goes that USB noise again. You know what, let's add one more of these chemical plants. There. That way we'll have a little bit of extra sulfur production to feed that. Alright. So we'll feed the sulfur in like that, and then we need iron plate. Oh, I'm out of belt. Okay, and then let's make a storage tank. I'll just do the large storage tank. So the vanilla storage tanks hold 25K, the large holds 50, and the huge stores 200. And a fluid depot holds... It doesn't say. How much does a fluid... I think a fluid depot holds 20K. Yeah, fluid depot holds 20K. Alright, so what we can do, let's make a couple pumps. I'll make one large tank, and I'll make one fluid depot. And what we can do is go first into the tank. And then into the depot. Okay, there's the tank. I don't think I need another pump, actually. going on? Got no gas. Okay, how much petroleum am I consuming here? 30 per second times 6. 180 per second. And I am producing 32K per minute. 53 per second. Okay. All right, so we're going to need, well, we need a lot more petroleum to keep that running. And I think that means we're going to need our advanced refinery. Whoops. Before we can go to gas power. Okay, I don't want to bother expanding the refinery. I mean, I guess we could. Let's expand the refinery. Why not? All we need are refineries, right? I need stone brick. It's convenient. I think we can do this because we got plenty of crude. And we're only using 3 out of 10 drones to feed these 6 right now. I think we can even add another one there at the end. And we can even give it more drones. There, that'll make sure the pipe empties out quickly. And then we'll see if we're pumping it fast enough. Okay. Yeah, we're pumping 18, 19K a minute, and we're consuming about 16K a minute. So we do have enough oil here in those pump jacks. And there's more oil over here. A lot more over there. And there's more down there. So we've got oil supplies fairly close to us. Okay. So, in the next episode, we will set up the blue science cards, or chemical tech cards, as they're more formally known. And we'll start getting a lot more research done. Looking forward to that. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. As always, I appreciate it, and I will see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.